Welcome back to Moto Next Hub. Today, we're taking a close, detailed look at one of the most talked about modern cruisers in Honda's lineup, the 2026 Honda Rebel 1100. A machine that blends classic cruiser attitude with modern performance, everyday usability, and just enough tech to keep things exciting without overwhelming the rider. If you've been searching for a mid to large displacement cruiser that can handle city rides, highway cruising, and weekend escapes while still keeping that low-slung, minimalist rebel personality broken bar, this bike is going to interest you. Let's break it down properly. First impressions matter, and the Rebel 1100 immediately makes a statement. It keeps that signature low, blacked-out cruiser look Honda is known for, but adds a sharper modern edge. Clean lines, minimal bodywork, and a muscular stance define the design. The frame, forks, engine casing, and exhaust all come in a dark, stealth-like finish that gives the bike a strong street presence without being flashy. From the front, the round LED headlight keeps things classic, while the compact fuel tank and long, low seat give it that stretched cruiser silhouette. It looks simple, but intentional. Nothing feels overdone. This is not a bike trying to impress with complexity. It's built to feel raw, balanced, and confident. Now let's talk engine and performance, because this is where the Rebel 1100 really changes expectations. Powering the bike is a 1084cc liquid-cooled parallel twin engine. This motor is derived from Honda's larger Adventure platform, tuned specifically for torque-heavy cruising and real-world rideability. What that means in practice is simple: strong low-end torque, smooth mid-range pull, and enough top-end power to comfortably cruise at highway speeds without strain. Output is around 87 horsepower with strong torque delivery that hits early and stays consistent. But numbers alone don't explain the character. Twist the throttle, and the bike responds instantly but smoothly. It doesn't feel aggressive in a sharp way. Instead, it feels controlled and predictable. That's one of the Rebel 1100's biggest strengths. Whether you're riding through traffic or opening it up on open roads, the engine never feels out of place. Transmission options add another layer of versatility. You can choose a traditional 6-speed manual gearbox, or Honda's dual-clutch transmission, known as DCT. The manual gives you full rider control, ideal for those who enjoy shifting and feeling connected to the machine. But the DCT version is where things get interesting. It offers automatic shifting with multiple riding modes, allowing smooth gear changes without clutch input. In city traffic, this becomes extremely convenient. On highways, it keeps the ride relaxed and effortless. It's not just a gimmick, it genuinely changes the way you experience cruising. Now let's move into ride modes and electronics. The 2026 Rebel 1100 comes equipped with throttle-by-wire technology and multiple riding modes, including standard, rain, sport, and a customizable user mode. Each mode adjusts throttle response and power delivery. In rain mode, the bike softens everything for better control. In sport mode, throttle response becomes sharper and more direct, giving the bike a more aggressive feel. There's also Honda selectable torque control, which acts as traction control, helping manage rear wheel grip depending on road conditions. And yes, a cruise control is included, making long highway rides much more comfortable. All of this is integrated in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming. The interface is simple, clean, and rider-focused. The display is another highlight. A 5-inch full-color TFT screen sits at the center of the cockpit. It shows speed, RPM, fuel level, ride mode, and navigation connectivity when paired with a smartphone. It's bright, easy to read in sunlight, and customizable depending on what information you prefer. The bike also supports Honda's smartphone connectivity system, allowing navigation, calls, and media control through the display. There's even a USB-C charging port conveniently placed near the dashboard for long rides. Let's talk comfort and ergonomics, a key part of any cruiser. The Rebel 1100 features a low seat height of around 27.9 inches, making it accessible for a wide range of riders. The seating position is relaxed but slightly forward-leaning, with mid-mounted footpegs that strike a balance between comfort and control. Unlike traditional cruisers that force you into an overly stretched position, the Rebel 1100 keeps things slightly more compact. This improves handling and makes it easier to maneuver at low speeds. The seat itself is supportive enough for longer rides, and the suspension setup is tuned for a mix of comfort and stability. At the rear, dual shock absorbers handle road bumps, while the front uses a 43mm fork setup. It's not overly soft, not too stiff, just balanced enough for real-world roads. Now, handling. This is where the Rebel 1100 surprises a lot of riders. Despite being a cruiser, it does not feel heavy or sluggish. The weight is kept around 225 kilograms range, but because of its low center of gravity, the bike feels lighter than it actually is. Low-speed control is easy. U-turns, parking maneuvers, and city riding feel manageable even for newer riders transitioning into bigger bikes. On open roads, the Rebel stays stable and planted. It doesn't wobble or feel loose at higher speeds. Instead, it tracks confidently and inspires trust. It's not a sport bike, but it's far more capable in corners than most cruisers in its class. Braking performance is solid as well. You get a single front disc with strong radial calipers and ABS support. The braking feel is progressive, not harsh, which suits the bike's cruising nature. Rear braking complements the system well, giving you balanced stopping power without trauma. Now let's talk unique selling points. What really makes the Rebel 1100 stand out in 2026. First, versatility. This is not just a cruiser for slow rides. It can handle city commuting, long-distance touring, and even spirited weekend rides without feeling out of place. Second, technology integration. Features like ride modes, traction control, cruise control, and DCT make it one of the most modern cruisers in its segment. Third, customization potential. The Rebel platform is known for aftermarket customization, from seats to exhausts to handlebars. It's designed to be personalized. Fourth, accessibility. Despite its engine size, the bike remains approachable thanks to smooth power delivery and manageable ergonomics. And finally, Honda reliability. This is a major factor for many riders. The engine platform is proven, durable, and built for long-term use with minimal maintenance concerns. Now let's address pricing. The 2026 Honda Rebel 1100 starts at approximately $9,699 for the base model. The DCT version comes in around $10,399. Higher trims, including SAE variants with additional styling and accessories, can go up to around $11,000 or slightly more depending on configuration. Considering the performance, features, and build quality, this positions the Rebel 1100 as one of the strongest value offerings in the modern cruiser category. So, who is this bike for? If you're a new rider looking to step into a large displacement machine with manageable power delivery, this bike can work for you, especially if you respect its performance. If you're an experienced rider looking for a comfortable, low-maintenance cruiser that still has modern tech and enough power for highway rides, this fits perfectly. And if you want something that doesn't feel like a traditional cruiser but still carries that relaxed riding identity, the Rebel 1100 sits in a very unique space. Final thoughts. The 2026 Honda Rebel 1100 is not trying to reinvent the cruiser segment. Instead, it refines it. It takes the simplicity of classic cruiser design and blends it with modern engineering, electronics, and real-world practicality. It's fast enough, comfortable enough, and smart enough to compete with much more expensive motorcycles, while still staying true to Honda's philosophy of balance and usability. It's not just a motorcycle you ride, it's a motorcycle you live with. This is Moto Next Hub. If you enjoyed this breakdown, stay tuned for more deep dives, comparisons, and real-world motorcycle insights. We'll see you on the next ride.